realm of the planet Venus, buried treasure. This is the aphorism. To flee from love is to flee from life. Once more we find ourselves in the temple of alchemy, and we are to receive, we hope, the oracle of the goddess Ishtar, the priestess alchemist in the temple of alchemy in its eastern part invokes. Beautiful Ishtar, lady of 15, goddess of the 8-pointed star, you descended through 7 spheres from heaven to hell to rescue your lover Tammuz, airy shepherd of the starry flocks. As your love saved Tammuz, the shepherd king, bringing him from death to life, bring us also from imprisonment on earth to bright heaven. Now, with awe, we gaze upon a priestess in trance and await to see if we can receive the oracle. It is ever the weakness of mortal men to despise where they are in order to achieve some greater state. As the mind of man develops, he uses it to dominate lesser creatures. So he regards the animals committed to his care. He wishes to become a god, and this despite the warnings of fallen gods who flew too high. Women, on the other hand, have no such ambitions, because they know themselves as goddesses, for they give birth to these very men who come out of their very bodies. No compensating myths about men producing women from their spare ribs really work. And women, through foolish love, especially to their sons, are so clever to produce the opposite, allow men to dominate them, their children, and, alas, the earth itself. It is only now that women are awakening to the fact that the godlike men are destroying the very home planet on which they hope to dwell through successive generations. Humans despair. Because of this very despair, drawn from a materialistic mindset, we who belong to a more advanced realm can help you, but only if you will accept our aid. We are here. We come. We give thanks to the goddess Ishtar, goddess of love, goddess of beauty, for her oracle. To enjoy the delights of the planet Venus, you need to return to the temple of the sacred planets in a trance journey with us all. He addresses the young man now, Aidan. You have an impatient soul that needs the peace of Venus. You're always up to some crazy adventure on it. So you will give your report. We will all join with you in trance. Let us do that ourselves. We visualize ourselves ascending a hill and entering a holy temple of the planets. Maybe we will find our own planet's portal among the 8 walls. How beautiful is this temple, with the ever-living flame in the center upon an altar. Around are these magical doorways. What may you find there? Whatever other ambitions you have, you always in your heart may seek some form of love, whether longing for children or adventure with someone, or the veiled goddess who may never be seen, or the hidden god. Eros can appear as a grown man or as a naughty child, which he often does, mischievous. Wonderful is this realm beyond the gates of sleep, when we learn how to enter it by calming our minds before we sleep and asking to remember when we awake. Here we can do it in company with others on the same vision quest. We may see visions of past lives. Remember, we are under the aegis of Ishtar, goddess of love, and of Venus. Gradually the company returns from trance. Aiden gives his report. Yes, I ascended the steps and entered the sacred temple of the planets. At once I honored the sacred flame in the center. I approached the portal of Venus in the east. In the center of the portal, on the lintel, was the sign of Venus in green and gold. Above us on either side were signs of constellations of Taurus and Libra. I felt secure in myself because I'd studied these signs and their meaning. As I had to balance Venus with Mars, I took Libra to be my guide. Balance. So I can manage this okay. So I passed through the portal, pushing aside heavy green and gold curtains. I look forward to something very gentle and beautiful. I can recline on a couch under flowery tree. Oh, I was taken aback. Surely I'd entered the wrong place. I was in a tent facing a snow-crested mountain. My companions were muscular young men in climbing gear. I gathered that I was a member of a prestigious group, the Lord Death Club. It amply fitted its name, because we understood feats that involved the risk of sudden death were undertaken. Already we had conquered rapids and Canada in canoes. Off the coast of Australia we'd shared the deep ocean with sharks. We had potholed in the Urals and had drunk champagne wearing dinner jackets on a storm-beaten rock off the Scottish shores where no one had ever slept before, and we spent the night there with our champagne. It's not true we weren't afraid. It was the overcoming of fear that was our goal. We all supported each other. We were a very tight-knit group. I feel all this as if I was there. Now, our purpose was to scale this mountain, Mount Ararat, with no ropes and at the wrong time of year, which included snowstorms. Our aim was to discover on the summit the remains of Noah's Ark. This was not the Mount Ararat known on the map. It's a secret mountain, or rather a mountain we had decided contained the Ark, and much more dangerous than climbing Ararat. So that suggested something to do. We began the ascent, and it was taking hours. I'm getting a strange mystic feeling. It's not like our other ascents, like crawling up the pyramids at night in the total darkness without any light, which we had done. This was different, a living pyramid. Now I'm really afraid. I became aware of my own fear. This was not of death, but of my companions. I was not really accepted. They were laughing among themselves. I don't know why. They always do this, gang up and leave me out. And this was not because of any exact fault. I joined in as I was rather laughed at. Not with, they laughed at me, not taken seriously. Indeed, one of them called me sensitive. Another suggested I could write poetry, that kind of insult. The storm became more intense, and with no rope, I was given the opportunity of reaching the summit. This, I realized, was generous of them. They were a bit ashamed of their contempt. They were giving me a chance. Oh, there's the top, the summit shone gloriously, like a shining silver pyramid. Maybe I can write poetry. To reach it, it would make me a hero. They would have to accept me. I'd be one of them. I might be given a medal at the palace. Nobody's really done this before without any equipment. But at that very moment, what I hoped was my finest hour, they were even looking at me with respect, I thought. I was distracted. To my left was a precipice, and below us a black hole. I'm always afraid of black holes. I'm terrified of them. I hate reading about them in astronomy. I only like the light. I'm for the light, not for the darkness, the things of darkness. But this is strange. From this hole came the most heavenly singing, most wonderful music I have ever heard. First I thought it was only the soughing of wind through a crack in the rocks. But soon, unmistakably, it was a woman singing. I longed to hear that weird sound again, like nothing human. And then I noticed a steep stairway gleaming with green basalt. It was leading to an abyss. Intoxicated by that mysterious singing and by a burning glow in my heart, I threw away my stick and began to descend. Imagine this. Join him in his descent. On and on, deeper and deeper. Intoxicated by that mysterious singing, I went on, and now other women's voices joined in a mysterious dissonance and harmony. I suddenly found myself at the bottom of the abyss in a beautiful hall with stalagmites, stalactites, and I remembered Admiral Byrd's vision in Arctic snows. And I've never seen such beautiful women. One, reclining on a silver throne, was more compelling than the rest. She wore a silver coronet, and her draperies flowed around her like water in moonlit snow. It was she, the one I have ever sought for. She beckoned to me, and I approached her. I was enveloped in rainbow-coloured lights and the scent of roses. I was in the arms of the goddess of love, Venus. How beautiful are the colours of the rainbow. How lovely is the deep darkness that becomes a wonderful violet and then shows forth in light. No, but the black hole gives forth all colours that are. I can tell you I did not want to return from trance when you called me. The priest alchemist said, Aidan, you have won your degree because you have attained that which the warrior Gilgamesh did not attain. He refused to honor Ishtar, and you have done so.